What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel. And before I get into ranking all of the 4Ks that I watched in the month of January, please, if you can, hit the subscribe button for me. We talk about physical media on this channel, guys. We review physical media. We unbox physical media. All the latest and greatest of physical media news we discuss here on this channel on a daily basis. If you like that kind of stuff, that kind of content, hit that subscribe button. Also like the video, and then let me know, guys, this is very important. Let me know in the comments section below, what was your favorite 4K that came out in the month of January 2025, your top 3, your top 5, whatever you want to leave me in the comment section below, go ahead and do so. This is a different video for the channel. I don't think I've done a standalone video ranking the 4Ks that I watched in a particular month. I've done this on a live stream. I have done this in the short form as well. I think I did it 3 or 4 times last year in 2024. But yeah, we're going to start doing this month to month, you know, at least if you guys like it, if you check it out. If nobody watches, if nobody likes it, then I won't continue to do it. But, you know, we're trying different things, guys, in 2025. Some of them may land, some of them may not. But I just thought, you know what? I watched 11 4Ks that released in January. There was one pretty big one that I missed out on. I did not get a chance to watch Snowpiercer on 4K yet, so I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get a chance to check this out before I needed to make this video, because this is already going to be late. So I gotta just go ahead and make this video. But I will check out Snowpiercer at some point. And it should be noted, guys, this is not based on the movie itself. How I place these releases is not based on the movie. Now, the movie can be a factor, but you will know by the time we get to the end of this ranking, it is not based on the movie itself. It's based on the overall package, the 4K transfer, the sound. The movie, like I said, could play a factor. Special features, packaging, all that stuff together, I'm factoring in when I'm deciding like how to rank these. So let's just go ahead and get into it, guys. I don't want this video to be super long. This is kind of an overview. Right? Like if you missed out on some of these reviews, because I reviewed a lot of these on the channel. If you missed out on some of the reviews, then you can kind of get the overview of my thoughts of some of the releases that came out in the month of January. But coming in at number 11, guys, look, this is a good release. This is from Arrow Video. It was a good release, and it was really cool probably for some people that really enjoyed this movie to get to watch it, not just in Blu-ray for the first time, but in 4K for the first time. But Incubus, you know, I liked the movie. I thought it was good, and I mean, this had some good special features in it. Overall, good presentation and packaging. I thought the 4K was solid as well, but I think overall of all the 4K experiences that I had in the month of January, this was my least favorite. So I got to put Incubus for again, it's no fault of the actual release. The release was good. It was a good release, which lets you know like how good, you know, the month of January was. Now, I do have a controversial pick in here, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But this kind of lets you know like how good the month of January was for physical media. If Incubus, which was a good, solid Arrow Video 4K release, is number 11, then that should say something. But yeah, Incubus number 11. Coming in at number 10, I thought about putting both of these at the bottom of the list. But overall, guys, look, I know that they weren't the most popular in the month of January, and people were disappointed in the 4Ks. But I enjoyed watching them in 4K, and I did think they were a little bit of an upgrade over the Blu-ray. But Kill Bill Volume 2 is my number 10, and this is kind of based on the movie because I think the 4Ks are pretty similar, even though I do think Kill Bill Volume 1 had a little bit more of a chance to shine. But Kill Bill Volume 1 is my number 9 for this month. So you got my number 10, and you got my number 9 right here. Like I said, this has a little bit more of a chance to shine. Great steelbook presentation here. There were no new special features, so again, there wasn't anything to really like bump these up other than the actual upgrade and the steelbooks themselves, which they are beautiful steelbooks, guys. They are. And you know, it's my placement is based on the movie, guys. I talked about this in my review. I got pushback in my Kill Bill Volume 2 review. But this is my least favorite of the two. I like the first one. The first one is just one of my all-time favorite movies, and this one I just like it. I don't love it like I do the first one. But yeah, Kill Bill Volume 2 is my number 10, and Kill Bill Volume 1 is my number 9. Go check out my reviews, guys, if you want more insights. Now, coming in at my number 8 is Smile 2. Now, I did watch this for the first time on VOD. It was before I got the 4K, but I did rewatch the 4K just to get a sense of the picture quality. But look, I like this movie a lot. Like, I think this is a lot better than the first Smile. I was not a big fan of the first Smile, but I think that Naomi, what's her name? Naomi Scott. I just think she does a great job in the lead role, just really selling all the ridiculousness of this plot. And this 4K was excellent. As far as a modern movie goes, it probably looks good on Blu-ray as well. I didn't pop in the Blu-ray actually, but the 4K looks excellent, just super clean and crisp. And this is a movie that you want that higher like picture quality, because there are some really, really cool like gnarly sequences that really stand out in 4K. So this was a really strong 4K, and this one had deleted and extended scenes. It had some special features. It had behind the music, and there was an audio commentary with the director here. I'm loving how it feels like we're getting more audio commentaries for newer films with the directors. They're really paying attention to their physical releases, and I love it. So yeah, really awesome stuff. And it says "and more." But a good amount of special features on here, some cool stuff, really good 4K presentation. I think this also had Dolby Atmos as well. So like Paramount did go all out for this release. It's got the Blu-ray, it's got the 4K. I know there's a Steelbook. I did not like the design on that Steelbook. I know it's Jack Nicholson's son, and he's good in the film, but I didn't love the look of it. I just didn't like the gray, design, the gray color on it. But this slipcover version is really like clean and slick. So I like the slipcover a lot more than I like the Steelbook. So that's my number 8. Coming at number 7 is 7. I had to put 7 in number. I didn't even do that on purpose, guys. I literally realized that right when I grabbed for it. But 7 is my number 7. There was controversy with this. There's controversy with everything nowadays. It feels like it's like every 4K. 4K. That's what I say. I keep saying this, guys. 4K is so subjective. It is so subjective. The 4K format. But yeah, David Fincher, he did some revisionist stuff. He added some clouds in that weren't there before. But look, I thought this was a fantastic looking 4K. The movie looked super filmic. It looked awesome. For me, it was not a James Cameron situation at all. It still looked like a film of the 90s, but was super like cleaned up. And the picture quality was just so sharp. It looked great on my OLED. And yeah, I just really enjoyed rewatching 7. It had been a few years since I've seen it. And this is definitely just one of the best films of the 90s. One of the best thrillers of all time. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. Just a great movie. Looked great on 4K. I couldn't get it up higher than 7 though, honestly, because there wasn't any new features here. And this Digipack, I just have grown less and less in love with it. And not that I was in love with it to begin with, but I don't know. I've become less enamored with it than I was, I feel like, when I first got it. Because it just doesn't look good, and it's all like ratted up on the edges. I just don't think this is a great design for a Digipack. It's all magnetic on the inside. I just don't like it. I really just don't like it anymore, if I'm being completely honest. It's okay. The images on the inside are fine. I don't like how you have to get the disc out. I kind of want to get the Steelbook just because. But I don't love the packaging here. I wish we could have just got like a slipcover with a regular 4K case, and that would have maybe moved it up to like 6 or 5. But as it stands, 7 on 4K, which is a great 4K, is my number 7. Coming at number 6, guys, is Heretic on 4K from A24. I really enjoyed this movie. This is one of my favorite films of 2024. I would say after watching it, Hugh Grant is fantastic, but the 4K is spectacular, guys. It is a spectacular looking 4K. Maybe one of the best 4Ks I've seen of a modern film. I like this Digipack. I don't like the 7 Digipack, but I do like these A24 Digipacks. I think they're nice. And it's kind of the same deal. You got some images and pictures and stuff on the inside. You got the 4K right in there. You got some art cards. Some cool stuff. There was a new feature here, or a feature on this physical release. It wasn't a new feature because there hasn't been a past release. But yeah, Heretic on 4K looked great. I really enjoyed the movie, so that is my number 6. All right, coming in at number 5. This might be controversial that I have it up this high with the disc error that it has, but to be honest, it didn't really affect me all that much because I did not watch the director's cut until I just wanted to see what the actual error was. But the Cell on 4K, I got to give it some credit. I feel like Arrow Video, they haven't acknowledged it yet, but I feel like they're going to do a disc replacement. They're going to get it fixed. But if they don't, like, the theatrical cut is still a great way to watch this movie. And I will probably only watch the theatrical cut going forward, if I'm being honest. This would look, besides the error, guys, which is a big deal. It's a big deal. That was a mess up, guys, by Arrow. But besides that, I thought the 4K was really strong. I thought it was a good looking 4K. I enjoyed the movie. The special features are insanely good. There's multiple like different ways to watch a theatrical director's cut, and you got that alternate version with the alternate aspect ratio and the different like color grading on it because it was done in HD back in 2000 by the cinematographer. So it's a really cool addition. But there's an hour and a half interview with the director, which is awesome. There's visual essays. There's other interviews as well. This thing is jam-packed, fully loaded, so many great features. They put so much great work into this, and then they had that flub. And that's going to be a stain on this release for sure. It's the reason it's number 5. Like, without that, this might be like number 2. Like, it might have been up there because other than that, like, this is just such a great release. But I got it up to number 5 just based on the merits of everything else involved in this release. You got different artwork, you know, on the inside. That's the original poster, but there's different artwork when you reverse it. So I don't know, guys. I enjoyed the release. I really enjoyed the movie. I'd never seen it before. I thought The Cell was actually a really good horror thriller sci-fi movie from 2000. So yeah, enjoy The Cell for sure. Coming at number 4, guys, is Winchester 73. I really like this movie. I borderline loved it. I did borderline love it. I didn't love it like The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, which I was kind of hoping to because it had James Stewart in it, but I really enjoyed the movie. Really enjoyed the movie a lot. I thought everybody was great. The characters were great. James Stewart, like I just love everything he does. He's just so great at everything. But him as this, you know, gunslinger in the competition to win the gun. It gets taken from him. He's on a quest to get the gun back. It's just a good story. It's just a fun premise and a fun story. The way it's directed by Anthony Mann is just fantastic. And I thought the 4K was great. And this had never had a Blu-ray or a 4K before. It's got both in this set, the Blu-ray and the 4K. Now, the only thing with this release is that the Blu-ray looks pretty much as good as the 4K does. So like, if you want this, maybe just get the Blu-ray. But it's got some great features. It's got like an hour-long documentary on the filmography of Anthony Mann in the 50s, in particular, like when he did the Western movies. And it's got some other good stuff in here as well as far as special features. You got like a booklet on the inside as well. And yeah, got some nice disc art. I enjoyed the heck out of this movie, this edition from the Criterion Collection. That is my number 4. All right, guys, now we're at our top 3. We've had some bangers so far. I bet you're wondering, oh my God, what's Ken got up his sleeve for the last 3? Well, we've got Jackie Brown at number 3, guys. Another Quentin Tarantino movie. Look, this might be number 1 if they actually put like new special features and stuff like that in here. But as it stands, it's number 3 based on pretty much look, I like the Steelbook. I think the Steelbook artwork is awesome, but based pretty much on the picture quality. The picture quality was outstanding. It might be, as far as like picture quality, the best 4K of the month of January. But because it doesn't have those features, that brings it down on my list just a little bit. But phenomenal packaging right here on this one. I like it, guys. I don't see what your all's issue with it is. I like it. I think it's really cool when you have the bags like swapped out when you take it out of the slipcover. I think that's awesome. But Jackie Brown is a movie that every time I watch it, I've been watching this movie since I was a kid, but every time I watch it now in my adult life, I grow a greater appreciation for it because it really kind of sticks out like a sore thumb in Quentin Tarantino's filmography for just being like one of the most normal movies in his filmography. But it's just one of the most like well put together, well written films, straightforward movies in his entire filmography. I think it sticks out because it just some of the other things, like I love Quentin Tarantino. I think he's done some great films, but some of his films, they don't necessarily like age the best in some aspects because they're so Quentin Tarantino-y. And just some of the stuff that he used to do just doesn't age all that great. Everything in Jackie Brown ages perfectly. So I think this movie is phenomenal. The 4K was great. And yeah, that's my number 3 of the month of January. Coming at number 2, guys, is another Quentin Tarantino movie that does age great as well. And that is Inglourious Basterds on 4K right here from Arrow Video. This 4K got a bad rap. It got a bad rap from the very beginning. It was never a bad 4K. The Universal 4K was really solid. I checked it out when I was comparing it to this one. But I do think the work that Arrow Video did was just a little bit better than that Universal release. I think the colors popped just a little bit more with this one. So I thought the picture quality was great. You got a nice chunky box set for Inglourious Basterds. Had multiple special features. I think there was like 4 or 5 interviews and visual essays. I think there was a new audio commentary here as well. Inside, you had a booklets and art cards and coasters and all kinds of stuff on the inside of this. You know, the artwork's good as well. I like the artwork. I like the silhouettes and all that kind of stuff. So I thought this was a great release by Arrow Video. I thought it was a fantastic release by Arrow Video and a good transfer that, like I said, got a bad rap when it came out back in 2021. But that's my number 2. I bet you're asking yourself, what's number 1? My number 1 release of January, guys, is coming from TerraVision. Look, I'm going to give them their flowers. They did good work with this release, and I got to call it out. Rumpelstiltskin, I think, was the best release of the month of January. You heard it here first, guys. Look, again, I'm not basing this on the movie itself. To put Rumpelstiltskin ahead of 4 Quentin Tarantino movies would be insane, right? But look, I'm basing this on the overall presentation and release, and I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a fun, you know, kind of creature monster flick, whatever you want to call it, slasher movie, a leprechaun clone, whatever. 90s horror. You know, 90s horror wasn't exactly popping off at this time, but I thought this movie was pretty fun. But the 4K was excellent, like so mind-blowing how good it was. And this movie never really got any kind of like proper restoration. This was pretty much a jump from VHS to get this 4K. So you got to give it some credit for that. Great features. There was a documentary in here that was fantastic. It was 30 minutes long. There was some additional stuff in there as well. About 20 minutes. It was basically like a 50-minute documentary. There was like an hour and a half of like behind the scenes footage from back in the 90s when they were filming this. This was just a great addition. And I love the artwork on this. And I love the box set. Like I said in my review, there's just something about the TerraVision box sets that just really stand out. Great artwork on the back, and it's got some great artwork on the inside. But yeah, I just think they knocked this one out of the park. The 4K was fantastic. Features, packaging, everything with this release was great. So I had to give it to TerraVision this month. The best 4K of the month of January. So there you go, guys. That is my ranking of 4Ks that came out in the month of January. Let me know if you appreciate, if you like this type of video down below in the comment section. Also, let me know what some of your favorite 4Ks for the month of January were. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications for all future videos and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.